I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the Aegis Avenger Titan, and we're starting right now.
Aegis Combat Assist activated. Systems green.
Welcome to A Star Citizen's Buyer's Guide. What's up, citizens? This is SubliminaL here, and today we'll be discussing the features, functions, and benefits of the Aegis Avenger Titan, and we'll compare those features amongst competing ships so you can make an informed buying decision. In this review, I'll cover a brief overview, take a short tour, compare stats, go over its default weapons and components, as well as my recommendations, review pros and cons, and finish up with my thoughts on the Aegis Avenger Titan. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is SubliminaL and my passions are Star Citizen and content creation. Be sure to check out some of my other reviews in this series and consider subscribing. Also, remember to check the pinned comment below for corrections and afterthoughts. New players, be sure to use my affiliate link in the description and on screen to get 5,000 Alpha UEC in the persistent universe. Alright, now let's get to it. The Aegis Avenger Titan is the base variant of the Avenger. With the extra cargo space and the Avenger's tried and true combat abilities, the Titan is a light cargo hauler that is more than capable of handling itself in a fight. The Titan is manufactured by Aegis Dynamics, a human spacecraft manufacturer based on Cestalis. Today, the company is a major manufacturer of both civilian and military crafts. The Aegis Avenger Titan has one limited edition variant, the Renegade. The Renegade pays tribute to a famed pilot, Danny Solomon, for his notable work in the advocacy for bringing justice to the Bremen. The Renegade comes equipped with a different loadout and special edition livery. The Titan has two other variants, the Bounty Hunting Stalker and the EMP Warfare Warlock, also flight ready. As of today, the Titan is for sale and upgrade on the pledge store for $50, and is also available in the Aegis Avenger Titan Starter Pack game package for $65. The Titan is available for sale at Lorville's New Deal for over 780,000 Alpha UEC, and the Renegade for sale for over 1 million. The Titan is also available for rent at Area 18's and Lorville's rental stations. With that out of the way, let's take a look at the Aegis Avenger Titan. Let's take a tour. On the nose, you'll notice the massive size 4 hardpoint with a gimbaled size 3 Gatling equipped. Under the wings, we can see a gimbaled size 2 laser repeater and a pair of size 2 missiles. Walking around the winglets, we can see the blue accent lighting. This is my favorite part of the Titan aesthetically. Around the back, we have a cargo hold. Up front near the second set of accent lighting, we have direct access to the cockpit. But let's climb inside. The cargo hold is big enough to fit 8 SCU or a Grey Cat PTV comfortably. The Aopa Nox and Dragonfly will also fit, but it'll be pretty cramped. It's rumored that the Tumbril Ranger will also be able to fit when it becomes available. On each side, we have what could be component housings or storage. Past the cargo hold, you have the living quarters with a bed on the port side and some spaceship stuff on the starboard side. In between the living quarters and flight deck, there are some unmarked component housings. Let's go have a seat. The Titan does not have the new building blocks UI, although I think it is coming in February with Alpha 3.9. The Titan has 3 MFDs and a 2D radar. It also features an ejection feature, but I was unable to find a physical handle, so you'll just have to use your keyboard. And unlike most ships, it has an exit straight from the flight deck. Let's see how it compares to other ships you might be considering. For comparison, I've selected the following ships that are competitors or variants of the Avenger Titan. The Google Sheet document with the data is linked in the description. The Titan weighs in at over 50,000 kilograms and takes 6th place. It fits in at just 22 meters in length and ties in 5th place. It totes 8 SCU and ties in 1st place with the 300i. Has a max crew size of 1 along with all the other ships on this list. Carries 583 quantum fuel units, ties in 2nd place with every ship on this list except the 300i. Cruises by with an SCM speed of 189 meters per second and comes in 8th place. strolls by gingerly with a max speed of 1113 and comes in dead last, steers in with a maximum yaw pitch rate of 62 degrees per second and comes in ninth, boasts a total HP of over 6,000. This ties in 5th place with the rest of the Avenger series. It blasts its way in with a default pilot DPS of 1,068. This takes 5th place, but we're going to change that later. No ships on this list have turrets, and its combined missile payload of almost 15,000 takes the 6th spot. Now let's talk about its stock weapons and my recommendations. The Aegis Avenger Titan has one size 4 hardpoint on the nose and 2 size 3 hardpoints on the wings. The nose has a gimbaled size 3 Mantis GT220 ballistic Gatling gun, and the wings have a pair of gimbaled CF227 Badger laser repeaters. I personally prefer using ballistic weapons so the Mantis GT220s can stay. One Mantis is size 3, does 29 damage, times 1000 RPM for a total of 480 DPS and a 2400 meter range. With ballistics, ammo should be taken into account. It has 4,000 rounds that would deplete in 240 seconds of continuous fire. For the wings, I recommend swapping the Badgers for 2 Scorpion GT215s. One Scorpion is size 2, does 21 damage, times 900 RPM for a total of 318 DPS and a 2100 meter range. It has 8,000 rounds that would deplete in 533 seconds of continuous fire. For missiles, the Avenger Titan comes with 2 MSD-322 missile racks with 2 Ignite 2s each. My recommendation for the missiles is to use the cross-section type. This will be the size 2 Strike Force 2s. They're size 2, of course, electromagnetic, do almost 3,800 damage, have a 2.4 second lock time, and a 4,800 meter lock range. An honorable mention would be the Rattler 2s. Let's talk about the standard components and my recommendations. The standard power plant on the Aegis Avenger Titan is the size 1 grade 2 Endurance. The Endurance has one of the best power capacities in its class. However, I recommend swapping it out for the JS300s, with almost 3,700 max power generation per second and a 10-second power uptime. You will lose about 700 power generation, but it will cut the power uptime in half. This will give you a better defense against EMPs, and the extra power from the Endurance is something you will never use. For coolers, it comes with 2 size 1 grade 3 bracer coolers. My recommendation for the coolers is to use a split combination. The cooler with the fastest cooling rate and the cooler with the shortest power uptime. This would be the Zero Rush and Ultra Flow, bringing the total cooling rate to 678,000 and the power uptime to 3 seconds, taking the advantages of both. For shields, it comes with 2 size 1 grade 3 Bulwark shield generators. My recommendation for the shields is to apply the best regen rate for one cooler with the best capacity for the second cooler. For the Gladius, this would be the Palisade and Mirage. This gives you the best power regen with the capacity of both combined. And last but not least, the QT drive it comes with is the size 1 grade 3 Expedition Quantum Drive with a 149 megameter per second quantum speed, a 5-second spool up, and a 12-second cool down time. And to be honest, this is pretty decent. It is capable of making the trip from Port Olisar to Microtech without stopping to refuel. There are better QT drives like the Voyage that I typically recommend, however, it will only shave off 8 seconds from that trip, so it isn't worth it. If you don't have the 131,000 Alpha UEC to spend on all this at once, I would recommend buying them in the following order. After you watch the rest of this review, check out the Urkel.games link in the description. It will take you to this unique loadout that we have just discussed. Here you can find the prices and the locations of where to find these items in the verse. These are just my recommendations and aren't the best for every situation in the verse. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below or head over to the SubliminaL's channel Discord. I would like to build a community for citizens who want to discuss ships, loadouts, components, weapons, and more. Click the link in the description. Alright, let's weigh some of its pros and cons. Some of its pros are it has 8 SCU of cargo capacity. This is great for a starter ship. It has space to hold passengers and mission boxes. It has a bed to log out in, has room for small land vehicles. It has 2 exits for more flexibility when in a bind. It has great damage potential with the size 4 hardpoint on the nose, and has a decent amount of hull HP. And its default loadout isn't terrible, so upgrading to mine will only cost you 131,000 Alpha UEC. That's pretty low from what I've seen. Its cons are, it's pretty slow in every sense of the word. SCM, max speed, and max yaw pitch. Its missile payload is also pretty disappointing. And that's really all I can think about. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that I missed. Alright, Subliminal, so what are your thoughts? Well, I think the Avenger Titan is a great ship for new players to explore the verse. If you are upgrading from a Mustang Alpha, you'll gain a larger cargo bay that's not huge, but it's also not laughable either. It has a bed that can be used to log out in, comes with a ton of firepower, and it's capable of doing most mission types in Star Citizen. You can even bring along friends and buggies. If you're a veteran player, then I probably don't need to tell you that although the Titan is a great ship, it isn't the absolute best in a particular role. But for a new player, I'll just come right out and say it. If you have not purchased the game package yet, this is the one you should go for. And if you've purchased any other cheaper game package, this should be your next upgrade. It's a $5 upgrade from the Pisces, a $20 upgrade from the Alpha, and a $25 upgrade from the Aurora. If after gaining some flight time in the verse and you decide dogfighting is your fancy, then take a look at the Origin 325A or Gladius. And if trading is more your style, upgrade to the Cutlass Black or Freelancer. Those are my thoughts. Let me hear yours in the comments. For new citizens, please remember to use the referral code on screen and in the description. It helps out the channel and gets you an extra 5,000 Alpha UEC. If you've enjoyed this review, check out some of my other content. If you'd like, there are tons of ways to support the channel. Number 1, you can smash that like button. Number 2, you can share this content with someone who may enjoy it. Number 3, you can check out my Locations of Stanton collection over at Displate. Number 4, you can subscribe and turn on notifications by clicking the circle here. Number 5, you can become a channel member by clicking the join button below. And number 6, if you're feeling generous, consider becoming a patron. Some pledge perks can be seen here. If not, your viewership is greatly appreciated. Until next time, citizens, I'll see you in the verse.